Hello, thank you very much for tuning in to this week's section of reads. This should be on the YouTube channel James13 Wicca. The information on the decks and the dice will be below. Other than that, if you would like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching. Let's go ahead and get into your selection. Hello, Capricorn. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Capricorn? I'm wondering if it was Scorpio that was similar to this. It might be. I don't know. And the Death card is here, which is Scorpio's card. Is your card here? Your card is not here. Your card would be the Devil card. It's what represents Capricorn in the tarot decks. But I don't see yours here. I don't know. I think it was Scorpio that I did that was similar to this. It's very interesting. I don't know. So Scorpio or Leo, I'm not sure. Focus on Capricorn here. You might have a lot of different energies coming in. This may be a very busy moment. There's a very positive history. In the current energy, I'm not feeling so bad about it, but I'm not feeling really good about it either. The Death card's showing up, which can be okay for Capricorn. Depends on what else is going on here. 8 of Pentacles and the Fool card reversed. You know exactly what's going on. Okay. You know exactly what's going on. Information is flowing towards you. There's a change coming. You know what's coming. You don't have to do this by yourself, is what I'm also getting. You don't have to do this by yourself. What does it say here? Support is all around you, fellow travelers. You don't have to do this by yourself. The energy around you isn't moving at the moment. So if you're not going to do this by yourself, I feel like I have to communicate and get people involved. There should be people helping. I don't know what's going on here, but I feel like people are holding back. But if you tell them what you're going to do and what you want them to help you with, I don't see a lot of like pushback with that. If you take the lead on whatever this is, I feel like people are willing to help. And especially if you say, well, this needs to get done. Okay, what do you want me to do? Do that. Okay, they'll do that. I'm not saying it's fair or not. I just see it like going smoother for you that way. There's a positive energy here. I keep getting that. But like, there is a positive energy here, but people don't want to accept the change. Ironically, I have a lot of Capricorns in my family, so I seem to feel most of the time Capricorn is not interested in the change. If I'm wrong, I'm sure you'll tell me. Typically, Capricorns are like, this is where it is, that's where it goes, leave it there. That's my impression of Capricorn, like, that's where it goes, leave it there. And when change comes in, not usually the biggest fan. But the reason I'm saying it's ironic is because this is different. You see it coming, and you're like, it's happening. And I think you're already acknowledging or noticing that other people are not doing well with this. You seem to be all right. But when I say other people aren't doing well, it's not like they're upset. I just feel like they're not addressing it, not dealing with it, not preparing for it. And I feel like when I see other people are not preparing for it, I'm like, okay, this is going to be a lot. So I feel like I need to get ready. I don't feel like I have the luxury to not, because like I'm seeing everything else go on around me and I'm seeing all the problems and I'm like, no, we can't be doing this. Um, Especially when you're identifying like, no, this is gonna change. This is gonna change. People want to stay stuck in the past, which there's a good energy in the past, but I feel like you're already addressing it. You know it's happening, and you're like, I can take care of myself, but there's other people I don't. Even if I just, I just feel like part of this self-sufficient energy is kind of like there's certain people you look out for, and it's kind of like I gotta move them forward. I need to kind of move them forward. They need to move. They need to get going, and they're resisting it. But they're resisting it in a very passive way. If you step forward and say, listen, it's coming. The change is coming. They don't seem to fight you on it. They don't seem to fight you on it. They seem to understand if you're saying it's going to change, then it's going to change. I don't see them. I think they're addressing it also because, like, the Capricorn energy I'm familiar with, the people in my family at least, if they say it's time to change, it's time to go, it's time to go. Like, I don't know. I'm a Pisces, though. I kind of work with Capricorn fairly well. And if a Capricorn says, it's going, that they're serious. They're not saying it just for fun. They're saying it because it's happening. It's better to get on board. It's just better to get on board. I mean, I grew up with Capricorns, so I don't know what to tell you. My parents aren't Capricorns, but I have siblings. I'm just telling you. It's going to be what it's going to be. They're not moving until the energy comes in to where they're told they need to move. The energy is so odd. Because I still don't see them dealing with it. Even if they're preparing and they're getting things together and they're doing what you're asking them to, you might even be flat out telling them, hey, this is going to happen. Oh, okay. They're not arguing with you, but they're not really sinking in with it. It's not sinking in. They don't want it to sink in. I feel like that's kind of the best we're going to get for the time being. They're moving forward. They're trying to make things happen. You're telling them what you need. They'll go along with it. Okay, Capricorn says we need to do this. Let's do that. That's fine. It starts moving forward, and the change just starts happening. It's very subtle at first. I don't know if that's right. I know it's the page there, but... Fire, 2 of fire... Strength card. You're seeing the signs come in. You're seeing it start to happen. Other people, they don't want to see it. You're seeing it. To you, it's painfully obvious, like, clearly this is happening. They don't want to deal with it. I don't know what to say, because they're not going to get around it. The change happens. It's not fun. It's not enjoyable. I don't see it being enjoyable. It happens when it happens. How are the people around Capricorn reacting when it actually happens? It feels very numb to me. They don't know what to do. It just feel like a lot of people, like deer stuck in the headlights. They're just stuck in the headlights, like deer, stuck in the headlights. There's not a lot of working it out. They're doing what you ask. It's moving forward. It's progressing. This isn't something that they're going to work out. I feel like if you're waiting for them to catch up, it doesn't seem to happen. They're saying this isn't happening. This is what's not working here, where it's just like, I just got to wait for them to catch up. I got to wait for them to wake up. I got to wait for them to get together with the situation. It doesn't seem to be happening. This energy is just, I don't understand it. To me, it's very foreign. They're saying, plan out what you need to get done with this situation. You can bring forward conversations and try to sort it out. I just don't feel like it's really being dealt with. I don't know why. What does this say on the bottom? Lie back, rest, relax. Do what you need to get done, set it up the best you can, and then just let yourself be at peace with what you have to deal with. That might work out better for you. They're resisting it. It just may be something where people can't deal with it right now. They're going to keep resisting it. They're just going to keep resisting it. Even after the change has happened, I feel like there's a lot of resistance to acknowledge that it actually happened. For example, if somebody's passing away, in the moment they're upset, but they're not really processing what this means. I feel like they're rushing forward and just keeping themselves busy, and they're not dealing with it any more than they actually have to. Which may be odd, because if I'm using the somebody passing away analogy, I do feel like tears are shed, and they're sad about it, but it's almost like somebody going right back to work the next day after the funeral, and just kind of like, and just digging deep and getting involved in things, and just doing this and doing that, and just trying to forget that it actually happened. That's an analogy. It's just an analogy. This, again, remember, this whole thing started where you saw it coming, so that's only happening if you see it coming, so don't worry about it otherwise. Whatever you're dealing with, whoever's going on, right now, I get that they're not ready to deal with it. And they're going to be fine. That maybe I have had relatives in the past, I probably have some currently, and I can be that person too, where something traumatic happens. Outwardly, I'm completely fine. Privately, I deal with it privately. I'm a private person. Like, I don't know why, it's just how I handle things. It might be one of those things where currently they're not dealing with it, but it'll creep out, they'll deal with it. It may be a very private experience for them. So, things can be fine. Things are going to be fine in the long run with this situation. Whatever it is, you may not see them grieve it or deal with it or process it out. I'm getting a lot of it is either personal or internal, but it just seems like they might be doing it off on their own. Some people might have therapists, or maybe they have certain friends they're talking it out with. Sometimes people vent things on like community boards. Oh, like Reddit? Okay. So like somebody might talk it out on Reddit, but like anonymously working through a situation. Like people process it in ways that you may not see. Because I feel like you're very concerned about certain people, like, oh, I don't think they're dealing with that. I think that's going to be a problem. They just may be super private about this situation for whatever reason. And that might be how they're dealing with it. I feel like they're just giving you a heads up, because I do see you opening doors for people and giving them a place to deal with things. They're just saying, just realize that some people, they may not be ready to. They're just going to find a different way to process it out. Over time, you may realize that, or may see that they seem like they're fine. They seem like they're doing okay. They're saying, yes, they worked it out in a different way, in a different place. They processed it somewhere else, which is not meant to be insulting to you. So hopefully it's not. It's just what they needed to do to get past it. You setting it up and keeping things going, though, good idea, smart move. I feel like they're saying you telling people what needs to be done, getting it ready, smart move, good idea. You put all the technical pieces in place, so at least that's not holding the situation back. The emotional side, they're processing on their own in their own way. Are we good? All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.